Well, I've got a lot to say because I've been slipping and not recording about 3 weeks. Basically, I'm going to turn this into a teacher and say, this is all I got. And I'm surprised I got this much because I'm starting to think it's real stupid and pointless. Then realizing that what I'm criticizing is thousands of years of people being lied to and coming to the degraded state that we're in today. Now all I want to do is use my intellectual capacity, whatever I can muster, to call out what I see. Government is coercive in action and a conversion of moral principles. Authority is a crime against humanity. Order is determined by morality. Chaos is induced by our free will. Free will can and does fluctuate from growth to stagnation over time. Growth is psychological maturity. Internal growth is recognizing the cause of effects. It is also learning that perception is not reality, contrary to how a child thinks. Most importantly, growth is when we examine ourselves and become critically aware of the morality of our own actions. Order is the human condition absent of the state. This is achievement of true freedom, where everybody is recognized as equals in rights, not just race. To achieve freedom, people need to look into themselves and realize they already are the free beings under duress of the state. Without the state, people would need to keep growing to prevent further tyranny, to maintain their defense towards immorality amongst each other. They would need to remember theft, coercion, trespass, deception, assault, murder, and rape are wrongdoings. This is difficult for a people in duality. Consciousness is not only what we can make of it with our physical senses. The dualistic mindset cannot fathom the tapestry that is consciousness, which is the perceived universe. What is of it physically, before life, after life, death itself, coming, going, beginning, ending, every day, life starts over. Dualist thinking has you missing the connection that we are connected to everything we cannot process beyond our own limited sensory perception. It is not dualistic to know that the universe is you and you are the universe. Chaos and order are not the same, but function simultaneously, at different degrees. It is in a balance of free will and morality. The outcome is the condition of either freedom or various degrees of its degradation. To participate in inequality with your own free will as an agent of this state is immoral, even if you are feeding a wife and 3 kids with the money you come home with. There is no order without equality. Chaos is what authority gives us. So long as humans are alive, there will be some that are not like the others. Limiting free will and increasing control does not stop crime. People have the responsibility to defend themselves, and people that are witnessing a crime have the responsibility to assist someone in danger. If we want a safe world, that is the way people must live, with ethics. It is hard to do that when people rely on others to respond to crime. The reliance upon state agents and agency prevents an immediate response by witnesses. The white lie. 1800s abolitionists context. Slave hunter asks you if you can point to where the slaves are. A white lie protects the innocent from undeserved physical harm. That is why people lie to the police. A particular lie protects people who enforce external control. The lie that people have power over others. A white lie is virtuous when pertaining to psychological self-defense. This is made possible by our ability to consider multiple outcomes to responses in any situation before a decision has been made. A white lie is not an excuse to deny truth in an attempt to avoid confrontation. Confrontation promotes growth. Coupled with respect, there is no ethical reason to hold back how you feel. On Tikkun and anarchy. Tikkun and anarchy share the same objectives. Religion, being evil and bent on global domination, is the contrast of the freedom people have the claim to on earth. Between these two end goals, both struggles in the making for thousands of years, is the religious fanaticism and full-pledged cult devotion from childhood with ceremonial mutilation, initiations at birth, grooming and developing children to memorize propaganda. When they mature, they discover Tikkun and learn the whole time growing up that your elders are supremists, and they have slurs for people that must recognize that they are inferior and serve or die by their might to fulfill the prophecy. If you have a problem with this, they call you a racist and guilty of a hate crime. Anarchists see immoral acts as the effect of moral entropy, which may not be prevented altogether because free will allows chaos, but recognizes no man has the right to demand things of another. Tikkun, change the world from evil. People are evil. They must submit to supremist people. Insubordination is evil. Anarchy. Change the world from evil. Immoral actions are evil. There is no legitimately superior people. Superiority is evil. Self-inflicted suffering through production. Preventative measures. Keep your house in order. Do not produce until your dishes are clean and you've dusted. Keep your relationship with people healthy. Have an active social life. Do not subjugate yourself to distance because of a perceived knowledge differential. You will be surprised how many people sympathize with the human condition before even talking moral principles. Do not debate with a man unarmed. Do not have a battle of wits with an unarmed person. Know you have your own philosophy as your own understanding of consciousness. That goes for everyone. We're all the same thing in different forms. What is meaning? It is as subjective as purpose. This is a trap for consciousness. For as we attribute meaning and value to things based on our interpretation of what is necessary, which is based in our expectations, we only live for desire. Freedom does not have a purpose. The meaning of life is redundant, and that all life shares it, meaning. To search for a meaning is to not know you are the very essence of the question, life, which is feeling. Life is freedom personified through free will. You have no purpose other than to live life without feeling externally controlled. Therefore, it's your responsibility to usher freedom if you feel externally controlled. Dualist thinking prevents this feeling of freedom. Freedom is misunderstood as a battle of moral people against immoral people. People stuck in the dualist mind need to understand morality as a lack of immorality. The polarity is an illusion of the senses. Morality brings freedom, and a lack of morality is just immorality, government or no government. There is no good and evil, only a lack of good. To do the great work of ushering freedom means you live a moral life. To live a moral life is to not neglect the responsibility of being alive. Being, if you know you are interconnected with every form of consciousness and its source, it is your responsibility to defend all life from lies with logic. Ask yourself as an evaluation, would this still be true if my mind was not used? A lie is spread through understanding, and lies need words to be made true. Always diagnose what you are asked to believe, because belief is the result of a lie. Knowing does not require faith or tradition. Faith and tradition create cycles that trap consciousness by excusing lies or taking faith for granted as truth. Self-inflicted suffering is not an accurate description of the feeling, in my opinion, for damning yourself to do better. It is rather a healthy pressure that is capable of being used as influence to do what you know to be right, to be the right thing. It is feeling the care for humanity that you want to inspire others to feel. Nobody can make you do what you don't want to do, but you may be a perfectionist, and we are our toughest critics. After trying, you've done more than you can know, being just present, for better or for worse, as beauty is in the eye of the beholder.